Music and on classicfm.com. Classical crossover four-piece Il Divo talk about their rise to fame.
It was really more about trying to put out an album of, kind of a compendium of songs that we would just be proud to have out there in the world and just see how it did. And the reaction being what it was, going straight to #1, was completely overwhelming for us.
Turns me on.
Celebrating 8 years in the music industry, pop classical crossover group Il Divo are gearing up for the release of their greatest hits album on November the 26th. This week, Classic FM's Jamie Crick had the opportunity to speak with the group as they shared the secrets of their success.
25 million album sales, is that right? 150 gold platinum discs, 2 million concert tickets sold. It was huge success. And then this year you got that fantastic recognition from the Classic Brits, where you got this sort of artist of the decade. What did that feel like?
It was amazing. I mean, that was a huge honor. I mean, obviously, because that was the first time, they gave us, I mean, obviously, it's a classic award, and the recognition of the classic world from what we're doing, that was a huge honor.
But David, when you started out, did you think, oh, well, we'll be here for 10 years, we'll be this huge success? Were you confident of that at the beginning?
No. It was really more of an experiment at the beginning. We had no template, we had no kind of map to follow. It was just trying to figure out how do we use our voices and how do we take these songs that the record company has given us to interpret, and how do we turn this into something that kind of straddles two worlds at the same time, but then has its own unique sound, and we didn't have a sound at the time. It just kind of developed over time, and it was really more about trying to put out an album of, kind of a compendium of songs that we would just be proud to have out there in the world and just see how it did. And the reaction being what it was, going straight to #1, was completely overwhelming for us. But it definitely gave us a huge confidence boost. This is clearly something that the people are enjoying and want to hear more of. So gave us the fuel to continue to always, give 100% and just keep going and churning out as much as we can.
Your speciality is to bring two sides of music together. It's a sort of classical side, but also a more popular side as well, and merge them. I think you're the first crossover classical artist, if you like, to go into the American Billboard charts, with the pop charts. That's quite a special thing. So how do you choose what goes on the albums and get that balance right?
That process is always a very long thing, actually. First of all, there are a lot of people involved. It's the four of us, it's the record company, it's the management who suggests songs. And then it never quite turns out the way you think. You take about 15 songs into a studio when you want to come out with 10 or 12. And you record different versions, sometimes different languages. Stuff that you think is an absolute no-brainer, just will not work. And other stuff which you think, what are we going to do with that? Turns out great.
Do you record stuff and actually sometimes think, we just won't use this now? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. On every album, I mean, you could fill quite a few albums, I think, with stuff that we've just binned over the years.
Somebody's kept those somewhere. There'll be the outtakes hidden
Yeah.
away. They'll embarrass you on a TV show in 50 years' time or something. Do you remember this? And then eventually you come together with the tracks that go onto the album.
Yeah, exactly. And see what we do. We normally arrange the vocals ourselves, and as David said in the beginning, there was no template at all, and the four of us, we didn't know each other previously, we didn't know each other's voices, and we have four very distinctively different voices. The three of us are classically trained, Sebastian is a pop singer, but over the years we figured out which voice just suits best which part of the song, which is very important, which is crucial, that you have that build-up which is so typically Il Divo, that the song starts
kind of has
fairly small and
your stamp on
intimate,
it.
and just finishes with a big operatic finale, just with all the four of us going full throttle. That's kind of what we're famous for.
Il Divo, whose greatest hits